everybody, welcome to Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi,
Welcome.
everyone.
Happy Friday!
Yay!
Today we're going to talk about Entertainment Weekly's exclusive report on the final season of Game of Thrones, Carly Rae Jepsen's new single about self-love, and the first text Nick Jonas ever sent Priyanka Chopra. But first, we do have some lovely treats from Junior's Cheesecake on the table today. The restaurant is celebrating its 68th anniversary this election day, November 6th, and in honor of this exciting milestone, Junior's will be offering specials on the world's most fabulous cheesecake with slices available for 68 cents. We're enjoying some. The audience is enjoying some.
I love cheesecake!
You get cheesecake! You get a cheesecake! You get cheesecake! I'm already halfway done with mine. I don't know why you guys are eating.
Halfway done? Oh my God, Brittany, when did you start
This
eating
is my when you were reading.
I remember when I first had, I thought I wouldn't like cheesecake because, I didn't really love cheese growing up.
Same.
But then when I remember, I got back from sleepaway camp and they barely fed me there. I got really skinny. But anyway, I came back and I had cheesecake for the first time. And it changed my life.
Wow,
It's
this is
so
so
good.
creamy.
And Junior's Cheesecake is
Yeah.
creamy. I remember when I moved to New York 9 years ago and had it for the first time, and I was like, oh, it lived up to the hype. This is amazing.
This is
So thank you for
good.
sending. This is the perfect way to start our weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Junior's is so iconic. I can't believe they sent us cheesecake.
I don't even know who we are.
Wait, you sent me cheesecake?
Right,
Oh my
not-
God. My family is gonna be like, Shannon's made it. We love Junior's.
Something to note about the cheesecake. I'm a big cheesecake fan.
Yeah.
This cheesecake actually has a cake bottom to it instead of that traditional graham cracker bottom.
Right.
I just want to point that out. It's also a little creamier and softer than you would expect.
And look at the ones we have. Look, they gave us our logo on that one, which is incredible.
know.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes, and
the
we
show
have the
is
strawberry
peaked.
cheesecake as well as the devil's chocolate cheesecake. Devil's food cheesecake.
Hail
Yeah.
Satan.
I don't know where we go from here that we have our logo on a cheesecake. That's kind of
Well, this is our last show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, guys. Thank you so much.
We are going on a break.
I love you. Let's get into our first story. And an exclusive report from Entertainment Weekly is igniting Game of Thrones excitement as we near the series finale. In the EW article, cast members share their emotional reactions to reading the final scripts, and producers reveal a sneak peek into the massive battle scene that will end it all.
I'm very excited. It's an incredible article from EW, also because they reveal this interview they did with the creators of Game of Thrones during season 3, where the creators revealed that they lied to HBO when HBO asked them, do you think you can do this to the final season under the season 1 budget? And they're like, yeah, sure. And they're like, no, we can't. And originally they thought they would have to do the final season into 3 movies.
Yeah.
Because the only way to capture this whole battle, but luckily HBO was like, here's $15 million an episode, go with it.
Well, it
Yes.
wouldn't make sense for HBO to then send every viewer to a theater.
Totally.
It's
And
we want to
lose
keep
their-
you guys here.
Yeah.
We want to up subscriptions. It's a smart move for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and I'm excited to watch the finale, the final season. However, I need to reintegrate myself into that world.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched it, so for the stakes to be as high for me, I definitely need to rewatch some.
I would
Are
suggest
you going to watch all of it or just some?
I
I'm not
rewatched all of it this year.
Well, I rewatched all of it
Yeah.
last year, so I don't know that I'm gonna do that again, but I definitely need to watch some of it. The one thing though, when I read about the biggest battle yet, that doesn't sound interesting to me. I don't watch Game of Thrones because I love watching 5,000 trolls fight each other in a field. I like the small, I don't know, you
The
know what I mean?
relationships, the drama.
I always feel some action scenes, the more action, I'm the more boring that is for me. I need it to be, you know what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying?
you're that kind of viewer, which is interesting. That's why a lot of people watch Game of Thrones who don't typically like fantasy. But in the end, Game of Thrones is a fantasy story, very much like The Lord of the Rings, that it will end in a climactic battle sequence between good and evil that was not what you watch Game of Thrones for initially, kind of.
Between living and dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Living and
your
dead.
sentiments are, I think, something that they're trying to think about. D.B. Weiss and David Benioff in this article said that the final battle scene will have the big fight, but also be following all 6 different storylines at the same time. So you're going to get the more emotional reactions.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be blood and gore the whole time.
Yeah, I really like their battle scenes. I don't think that they're too generic in that sense. The way I normally they just space out. I'm like, yeah, death, murder. I get it.
Yeah.
For instance, the Night Walkers against Jon Snow and his crew.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the best battles ever, and it's literally a bunch of skeletons.
Right.
That could get boring so quick, but I thought they did such a a great job.
When they brought out the dragon. Oh my God.
I can
You're like,
still cry. I feel so stupid because I'm so emo. Like reading this EW article, I was crying because I'm like, only 6 episodes left. Like I can't. It feels like nothing.
And each episode will be an hour?
A little over an hour. I think it'll be longer. But speaking of crying, Kit Harington cried twice during the reading. Once they didn't reveal. The second time was because at the end, instead of saying the end of season 6, and season 7 said the end of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So he actually started crying because it's like a real. It's it's just
Sophie
the end
Turner
of it.
said she had to like take a long walk after she read it and like process things. And the cast we were all saying like they felt stupid because it's like, oh, it's just a story, but it's like these stories matter. They're so meaningful. These characters are so beautiful. Like I love some of these families. Some of them I hate, and some of them I'm just like so emotionally attached to. And like humans, like stories are so important to us.
Yeah.
Like stories
How do you think
bring
it'll
us
end?
together. I think they're all just gonna go on Lindsay Lohan's island and probably just like
This is how you
live
party
it
in
up.
Mykonos, bitch.
dancing.
Yeah.
That's a good possible ending.
Fingers crossed. They all come back to life. Yeah. Big orgy.
It's tough. I think we're going to see a lot of people die.
I think most of them
Which
will.
is what we've come to expect from Game of Thrones. But they really have kept like this core group, and I think we're going to see a lot of people we love go. And I want to see Daenerys get that crown. I want to see
Ooh, I want Jon to get it.
I don't think either of them are going to get it.
I know. I hope we get at least one more
think it's
sex
Gendry?
scene between them.
No. I don't think there's going to be one kingdom
we're
by
gonna
the
get
end of
more than
it.
one
And I think the only people that survive are Sansa and Tyrion.
Why?
Because they're the ones that have least corrupted their souls. They've gone. They're the most pure to. Sansa will lead the North because she's proven herself to be a leader, and Tyrion is the heart of the show.
Can you see the little pope coming out of Lucas? He's
Yeah.
like, their souls are
Arya's
corrupted.
too far gone. Jon has proven
Did you
himself.
read the books?
No, yes, but it's not. They're not over yet. I don't know the end.
They didn't
No,
write the ending
Well,
of
they're
the book.
past the book.
chill.
Yeah.
Daenerys and Jon are great
You're like
warriors.
so mad.
Yeah.
It's like
Because I thought it's the way the confidence with which
No, I
he
just-
said that,
my
I was like, this
George
isn't a
R.R.
prediction, this is
Martin-
a fucking spoiler.
No, it's
Yeah.
not spoilers. This is my prediction.
George
It was like
R.R.
Sansa and
Martin
Tyrion, I
hasn't
know it
written
for a fact, page 68. I was like, what the fuck, Lucas?
I just speak with confidence about Game of Thrones. We'll see though. I could very much be wrong.
I feel
Yeah.
like you always have some insider. Like,
I
he's
don't.
gonna be
This
like,
is
well,
pure-
my cousin's Jon Snow. What are you gonna fuck?
But my question is, you remember, is his name Gendry, the
Yeah.
one Robert Baratheon
Yeah.
child that's still alive? Why are they still keeping him around? You know what I mean? So I think
That's fair.
I think he might be a sneak attack.
But
He might take over.
He's an illegitimate son. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think there's gonna be
But what's
7
the point
kingdoms
of
by
still
the end.
having him now?
there won't be
He's a good
eight-
character. I don't know.
eight
He'll
seasons
have
later.
some sort of plot.
Which one is he?
He was one of the he was
No,
grew up as an
but do we
orphan.
see him?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
came
Yeah,
out
all the
last
time.
season, and he was like in that
I
like
gotta
ragtag
He was a
group.
swordsmith, right?
Yes, and Melisandre, remember, tried to sacrifice him.
Right, and she
That's
David was giving him attention, and they still keep
No,
him.
I think
I'm
it's
just
all
saying.
fair.
I always like when he has scenes with Arya too. They're
Yes.
so cute, and he's so
I think
nice
she's
to
dead.
her.
Arya's dead.
Shut up! I'm about to throw a cheesecake at you just because I'm too emotional.
Yeah, the way you say that,
Yeah.
it's too casual. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
so
gonna
rude.
cry. I'm gonna cry.
I
either
do
way.
think definitely though Daenerys, we're gonna see one of them go really
Yeah.
tragically. Like it's
I
gonna
want
be
to see
horrible.
them have sex at least 5 more times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want like.
That's her nephew,
like,
by the way.
they are when they find that out.
I don't care, dragon on dragon like that. You do.
I told you I love Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Game of Thrones has made us okay
Love
with
is love. I'm from Tennessee.
The Game of Thrones just showed as long as they're attractive, incest is fine.
My brother's my daddy.
Okay. Well, moving on. Pop singer Carly Rae Jepsen just released a new single titled Party for One, and fans are loving it. The self-love anthem from the Call Me Maybe star will be in your head for days and features a music video with wigs, sex toys, and more. Carly Rae Jepsen, I love she refuses to be a one-hit wonder. Like, that girl just keep making songs.
This is Carly. Carly Rae Jepsen is having a moment, and we need to give it to her. She has exploded. She has grown. She is mature. She is one of the artists of our generation. I'm joking.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's a Carly Rae Jepsen fan here who is so pissed at you right now. She's been wooing since the very beginning. We were like, Carly, she's like, ah! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Like, okay, calm down.
How do Carly Rae Jepsen fans deal with someone not what are you gonna do? Call me? Okay.
Maybe.
You never know.
I will say the beginning of this new song sounds like the beginning of Call Me Maybe. Like, she didn't reinvent the wheel with this one, guys.
No. She reopened her guitar band file and was like, let me just drag this part over here.
Yeah, that
Garage
worked
band.
one. The music video's cute, though. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. There's lots of different types of people in it. There's you get to see different types of bodies.
The guy eating
Exciting to-
spaghetti in a bathtub.
Yeah, he's
Made me think of
hot.
you.
There's the old lady. You what?
Made me think of you.
Oh, thank you. Spaghetti in a bathtub?
Yeah.
Or the old lady?
No, the spaghetti.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both.
Yeah, and I think she looks so good in it. The thing about Carly Rae Jepsen, she's not pretending to be like this deep ass musician who's changing things. She's like, I'm pop and I fucking am really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So it's called Party of One, though. What do you guys like to do alone?
Brittany.
Brittany.
What do I not like to do
Hard-hitting
alone?
questions.
Yeah, I love doing everything alone.
Okay.
You
I
do?
love being alone.
Even when I'm with people, I just wait for those people to fall asleep so I can be alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Even when
I was
I'm
more
alone,
referring to in Sex and the City the secret single behavior, like when you're home and what's like the weird thing you do? Like she would eat like saltine crackers with peanut butter and jelly on.
I
them
do that. Who
with
does
gloves
that?
on. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, I do that
You-
too.
when
Not
you're-
with gloves.
Oh, well, she would do it with gloves.
Oh. I don't know, eat like Jack's cheese puffs in bed, smoke some pot.
Jack's cheese puffs. I have to try those.
Yeah, oh my God,
never
they're
had
the best. I'll bring in a bag.
Okay.
Great.
I dance in my apartment a lot.
Oh, that's no surprise.
Like-
You dance here so much.
I know, I dance here all the time, but I'm like in my living room just like pulling out all this random, like if anybody looked through my window, they'd be like, is she having a seizure?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's all the time.
I eviscerate a little bit in talking to the mirror sometimes.
Yeah.
I
What do you
do
say
the
to
occasional like want to try on clothes. Like, okay, you look kind of good. This is gonna be a good day. Like, okay, like you're gonna do a party tonight. It's gonna be fun. Like,
Lucas,
not to
you
drink
look
too much.
great.
Like,
Do you really do that?
Sometimes, yeah. I don't rap like Isha
Is it
does.
to like,
Well, it's a little bit Liz Lemon, stop sweating, you stupid bitch, when I go to a party, kind of like, it's more just like, okay.
but are you like, you got this? Like, you could get an
I don't do-
lesbian if you want.
yeah.
Carol.
Okay, Blanchett, woo! That's more just like, okay, like, you look good, like, you're good?
That's good. I
You're
think
good?
that's
We're
positive.
good? Okay, we're good. I walk
think that's
out.
positive.
Shannon, we all want to know what you do.
No, I mean, the freak I am out in the open is the freak I am alone. Like, I don't hide my true self. That's why people are like, she must be crazy. I'm like, no, I'm just living, like, authentically throughout every moment.
Throughout your life.
Yeah.
In your wake life and your dream life.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there's no more extra hidden freak.
Oh, damn.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But in other news, one simple text. That's all it took for Nick Jonas to still steal Priyanka Chopra's heart. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, the Quantico star dished on how her road to love with Nick Jonas kicked off, revealing that the singer was the first to make the move with a bold text saying, "I think we should connect." And the rest is history. Wow. Oh my God.
Nothing more romantic than a LinkedIn connection.
Yeah, a bold, bold text. Let's connect.
Yeah.
I wonder if people were like, you guys would get along. Like, was that the preamble to this text?
No, I think they just looked at each other. They're
Let's
both hot. They're like, we should
connect.
do this.
I don't see them. Like, I'm getting like, if you think Daenerys and Jon Snow look like aunt and nephew, this is the true aunt and nephew combo
Yeah, this
right
is
here.
auntie.
Yeah, well, they're getting married in December, right?
Yeah,
In India.
yeah.
That's cool.
Do you guys not care about this or something?
No, you know what it is?
They're
They're
just,
like,
it's just nice.
I think they look great together. It also doesn't matter what we think because they're gonna get
Yeah.
married
Right.
and they're gonna do their thing. And a lot of people are like, "Is this fake? Is it real?" It's like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely real though. Like when they look at each other, I can feel the energy. I
Yeah.
swear to God, there's this one photo on her Instagram where it's them from the back, and I think they're meeting like some famous designer. I don't know which one
Right.
it was, and she has her hand placed on his back very gently, and it is like a very like motherly sort of touch, but it looks really sincere and nice.
I get it on his. I mean, she's beautiful. She's successful. She's a bit older.
Of
there's
course
less
you get
drama.
it.
I'm with. I'm
I know
Nick
you
Jonas and
are.
I have a
Yeah.
lot in common. Apparently, I get it. Good for him.
I guess what would have been like a better text? You know what I mean? Like let's connect is sort of like a.
No, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, hey, you up? You
Yeah.
know?
Hey, you up? Like, yeah, let's connect makes sense to me.
I hate so many people text me just hey,
Yeah.
just HEY, and I'm like, that's it. I have to respond to
Right.
this. Like it makes so much work, and then I'll go hey, and then he'll be like,
What's up?
what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. And it's so slow. And I'm like, 5 hours later, want to hang out? We could have just done this.
Yeah, yeah,
I could have
yeah.
already been over, dude.
I don't
so
even
slow.
engage with people like that.
Oh, really?
I try to get witty really quick.
Yeah.
You know, you try to like throw in a joke. You try to like if you're dating online to pull something from their profile, but it turns into so much work if they don't engage back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best one was the Master of None, Whole Foods. I'm going to Whole Foods. Do you want me to pick you up something? That was very
I love
funny.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's also just been so hard for me to date recently because of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
She gets in the way of everything.
It's just like, dude, let me live.
She doesn't understand.
But speaking of the couple is no longer together, it's Pete and Ariana, and Allie sent us a video yesterday of
Because I'm monitoring the situation very closely.
Allie's monitoring, of course, because she's been following it since day one.
Pete's hair's blue.
Pete's hair's blue now, and the SNL promo. Can you explain what happened?
So there was an SNL promo tomorrow night. Obviously, SNL. We have Jonah Hill hosting, and Maggie Rogers is the musical guest. And Jonah Hill and Maggie did a promo with Pete, where Pete asked Maggie Rogers if she'll marry him, and she just says no. And he goes, 3 for 3. And that's essentially the promo. And then Ariana Grande tweeted, "Wow, for someone who really hates the spotlight, you sure love clinging to it." Which was the first time we heard her like speak out against him or about the situation. I think it's pretty fucking lame of Pete to be doing that promo.
So lame.
Like, I think it's first of all, it's so immature to still talk about it. I understand though the instinct to like, if you know people are gonna make these jokes, you kind of want to beat them to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but nobody was gonna make that joke. Like he did that for himself as a dig to her. You know what I mean? Like he knew that she was
as a
gonna
dig to Ariana.
Yeah, I think he knew that she was gonna get upset with that. We don't know the terms of why they broke up or whatever, but if you're gonna do that to your ex publicly, you know that that's gonna create some sort of response.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also just like not, like we've never thought Pete Davidson possibly gonna turn into a mature man someday.
Right.
Like he is gonna be an eternal child. He's really had a hard life in the beginning and now he's kind of lucked out and still we all know he's struggling a lot. So I don't ever think we're gonna look at him and be like, you know what, he handled that the perfect way possible.
Right.
Yeah, like this isn't as bad as his jokes about like, you know, his father and 9/11. Those jokes are so much darker that like this joke doesn't even affect me because I'm like, of course, no big deal.
Yeah, I think it's part of his self-deprecating humor, what he's talking about, his difficulties in life that he usually does. I just feel like since that was a public love affair and that he was so profusely in love with her, it seemed via social media that it seems very weird he's so nonchalant about it right now.
Well, he's hurt.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, and if he truly, and I believe so. I just feel like if what Shannon said, I mean, if he was actually mature, he probably would just not talk about it.
Right, but he clearly, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the following day was performing in Wicked.
She was great.
And he had a comedy performance at like Chuckles that he canceled.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he clearly is having trouble getting up and doing stuff. I can see him in like the writer's room of SNL, like pushing this joke out and then being like, we don't want to do any more jokes. And he's like, I want to do this joke, I want to do this joke. And Maggie Rogers being like, I don't want to do this joke.
Yeah. Good for Ariana though, for like making him look dumb.
Right.
Because he looks dumb.
Good for her for being so consistent on her social media. I feel like time and time again,
Yes.
people come out with dumb articles and rumors, and she just goes straight to Twitter and clears it up. And I really appreciate her keeping it real with us.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, okay. Well, on a different note, we'll be taking a break for a few days, but in the meantime, make sure you go out and vote next week on November 6th. And before we leave, I'm very curious, because I always am, why each of you guys are voting.
I'm not gonna vote. No, I am voting. I'm obviously,
Not even funny,
I'm
Allie.
obviously voting. I'm voting because it's really important. It's very important. This is the first time in my life that I have actually paid attention to the midterms. I'm not ashamed to say that. And after the shooting at the synagogue in Pittsburgh, as a Jewish person, as a gay person, we need to really make our opinions heard and protect each other and ourselves.
Yeah. Love that. Shannon?
Yeah.
That was beautiful, Allie.
Thank you.
Voting is a right that I have, and taking it for granted is not something that I would feel comfortable doing. And there are so many people who are being held back from getting their voices heard, from being able to vote. Like, this is such a shady midterm election. We're hearing it in the news, and I just have to do my part, and I hope that everybody does their part. Literally, it's not, I know that it seems like it doesn't matter, but I feel like so dramatic, but I feel like lives are on the line, and I don't feel dramatic saying that in a weird way. Like, this is Game of Thrones style living is what we're doing right now. And I know it's not like, the funnest thing to do, but I really feel like it's so important, and we can make a huge change. And we've had so many great guests on the shows, like the last couple of weeks who all wanted us to vote. I think if we could just unite and do this.
Just do it for Juliana Rancic.
I know.
Yeah. Good for her.
Honestly, do it for Krista, whoever.
Oh.
I'm with you guys both. I'm voting for me because I love my freedom and I know that it is something that is precious and vulnerable because I care about climate change, because I care about stricter gun laws, because I am a woman and I want to have control over my own body. Those are why I vote. I encourage everybody to really look inside themselves and find out what's important to them, research the candidates, and vote for those issues. Climate change in particular, there's candidates who are going to do more in the next couple of years than others, and climate change is something we really need to be aware of and open our eyes to. So whatever your political party, just make sure you take the time, take 30 minutes, research, and vote for yourself.
Yeah, it's November. It's hot out.
Yeah.
Wait, don't vote for yourself.
Well, I mean,
I know.
I actually voted yesterday because I will be traveling on election day, so I voted absentee in New York, and it's hard for me not to think about 2016 and the feeling I had the day afterwards, and feeling absolutely hopeless and not knowing what to do. In the past 2 years, Charlottesville, immigration, the children being detained, the mass shootings in Vegas and Parkland and Tree of Life, the rise of anti-Semitism, the rise of racism and homophobia. It's hard not to think of the bad stuff, that the issues that are at stake, global warming, healthcare, education, things that the GOP is admitting that they will rip away from us. But for me, ultimately, and it's why I voted for Secretary Clinton, it's why I voted for Democrats yesterday, and you may disagree with me on this, I don't like saying take our country back, because the negative connotation of that, I think of the Trump campaign, taking our country back from who? And they were from women, from minorities, from immigrants. I think we need to take our country forward. This is cliche, but we are the future. And we need to make the changes we want to see. And to do that, it's voting. It's not just our civic duty, it is our superpower. It is our privilege that people have died for and will continue to die for. And so I implore all of you to please go out and vote. This is the most important election of our lifetime. I'm not, that's not an exaggeration. This is it. We need to hold this administration accountable, and we need to take our country forward. So, thank you.
We just want to change the world.
We just want to change the world.
Are you running for office?
Just wait and see, guys.
Talk show host or president?
Yeah.
Lucas Tam.
Woo! But I'm not running for office yet, but we are going on break. Bill Brunch will return on Monday, November 12th, but you can still listen to Bill Brunch, the podcast, on iTunes and catch your favorite episodes at BillSeries.com/brunch. We'll see you on Monday, November 12th. Same time, same table. Love you all. Love you all.
Love you.
This is amazing.